Great morning, great morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, each and every one of you all. God bless each and every one of you great people. God is a faithful God. He's a powerful God. He's a God that loves us. He's a God that helps us and grow us. This is Turnaround Thursday, TAT. Turnaround Thursday. This is TAT, Turnaround Thursday. God is a faithful God. My wife and I already prayed. We're going to get ready to get into this thing. We're going to read the opening text, which is coming out of Ephesians 4, 14 through 15. Ephesians 4, 14 through 15. Good morning, Evangelist Tammy. Good morning, Jacqueline James. Good morning, MTCIM family. Good morning, Linda Battle. Good morning, Joy Owens. Good morning, each and every one of you all. Good morning, First Lady Bailey again. Good morning, Elder Clarence. Good morning, Evangelist Keisha. God bless each and every one of you all great people. God is a faithful God. Again, the opening text is coming out of Ephesians 4, 14 through 15. Ephesians 4, 14 through 15. God is a faithful God, a powerful God, a God of love, a God of faith, a God of everything. And he helps us to grow into what he would have us to grow into. So Ephesians 4, 14 through 15. And God gives us powerful intelligence on this TAT Turnaround Thursday. And it says, reads, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about every wind of doctrine by the sleight of man, cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. The 15th verse says, but speak the truth in love, may grow up unto him in all things, which is the head, even Christ. We can't go with every form of doctrine. Dr. Dre Reese, God bless you, family. Thank you for joining in. Elder Jimmy, God bless you. God bless each and every one of you great people. God is faithful. He's a faithful God, and he's a God of love. He's a God of peace. He's a God of restoration. He's a God of restoring. He is a God that helps us and teach us how to live this thing called life. I'm so excited as a grandfather in the life of being a grandparent. You know, you have to a lot of things that you have to do and a lot of things that you don't need to do. And so I thank God for each and every piece of everything. Good morning, Evangelist Patricia. God has my back. Kate, God bless you. Thank you for joining in. What we have to stop doing is we have to stop putting our life on hold for people that are acting like you're holding them up. We have to stop putting our life on hold for people who are acting like you are holding up. Good morning, Miss Alexandra. God bless you. Thank you for joining in. We have to stop putting our life on hold for people who think or act like you holding them up. Let's go to the point that we left off on yesterday. We thank God for everything. Now, yesterday we left off on point number 20. Got a couple more points in this, and we're going to be in a new teaching, a new lesson. And we want everybody to grow in this. I am capable of achieving greatness. That we allow that to soak in our minds over the night. That we allow that to soak in our minds over the night. That we allow that particular point to soak in our minds and our brains overnight. That we allow that to do that. I am capable of achieving greatness. I am capable of achieving greatness. All right. God is faithful. He's a faithful God. He's a God of power. He's a God of love. Throughout the Bible, we see people who messed up. We see people who was under God and still didn't do what they needed to do. But God didn't stop being God because you don't want to be you. God never stops being God because you don't want to be you. Good morning, Coretta Moore. Good morning, Evangelist Keisha. God bless you. Thank you for joining in. I am capable of achieving greatness. I am capable of achieving greatness. We have to stop putting our life on hold for people who are claiming and showing that we're holding them up. We got to stop that. We got to get the picture and keep going. We have to understand the difference in helping, and we have to use our discernment. We have to use our discernment when helping people. This morning, a guy and a lady said that they need help with gas. And so me, being the man that I am, I don't want to see nobody run out of gas. I don't want to see nobody walk inside the road. I don't want to see nobody struggling. It's just in my heart, you know. But you have to use your discernment. And he said that he had the 2 kids in the car and he needs some gas. He's at the pump already. He needs some gas to just put the gas in the car and so that he can warm the car up. So I'm like, okay, all right. What pump are you on? He said, well, the pump down there. I said, what pump down there? There's a lot of pumps down there. Like, which pump are you on? I can go in and you tell me what pump you're on. I can pay for you some gas. No, I'd rather have the money in my hand and go pay for it myself. So now this red flag light coming on in my head, and I'm like, okay, now, so if you need gas, if you need something, Ronnie Richardson, God bless you, sir. With Love Ministry, God bless you, thank you. If you need gas, you're not going to argue with nobody whether they get cash or not, because if you cash or credit, you still getting the gas. All right, so I'm looking at the first red flag. So I said, well, can you see what pump you're on so I can go in and pay for the gas? And he didn't want me to pay it. He wanted me to put the cash in his hand. He wanted the cash in his hand. And I said, well, no. I said, sir, I said, if you're wanting something and I'm willing to give you gas because you said you had 2 daughters in the car, I said, I will go in and pay for the gas, and you can just pump the gas in the car and you can go by your merry way. Everything will be all right. No, but I need the gas. I need the money because I wasn't going to put all of it in gas. I was going to get something to give me something to eat. I said, well, I tell you what, they got a nice piece in there, a breakfast pizza. They got sausage biscuits in there. They got a lot of different foods in there. I tell you what, how many people in the car? It's me, my wife, my 2 children. I said, okay, let's go in there. Let's find something. It's a sausage biscuit, roll, wrap, whatever it is. Let's get it out of here and get the gas. Let's do it. It kept prolonging. No, see if I had the money, I can just stop on the way. When I go back out, I can stop by Heart. I said, sir, I tell you what, tell me what pump you on. We'll get the gas. I will follow you to Hardee's. I will pay for the food at Hardee's. Well, no, you just give me the money. I said, sir, I'm about to leave you. This is what's about to happen. I'm about to go, and I'm going to leave you here. Because obviously you don't want no gas. You don't want no food. You're trying to con me. I'm not trying to con you. That's the thing. What's wrong with us people. We supposed to be brothers. We supposed to stick together. Sir, that has nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with this. You said you needed gas. You came from gas to needing food. I offered to do both. You try to give me the runaround and saying that you just want the cash money. I'm not going to give you cash money, but I will get you something to eat and I will get you some gas. And he just looking, everything like that. And then I said, well, tell me what pump you on. He said, the pump down there. He said, pump number 12. Pump number 12. All right. I said, so closing the truck, getting ready to go in. Pump number 12, guy, I already pumping gas on pump number 12. I said, sir, you say you on pump number 12. Did I say pump number 12 or did I say pump number 16? So what I did, I said, okay, all right, I see where this is going. I said, sir, I want you to have a great day. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I have a live stream that I got to do. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. You have a blessed day. So you ain't going to help me? I said, sir, I tried. I tried to give you gas. You said she was on pump 12. You went on pump 12. Then you said you was on pump 16. You went on 16. Then you said she was on pump 13. You know, you're not on the pump. There's no car there. There's nothing. It's a whole game. So I'm going to go and you stay here. You do what you do. I'm going to go. But you can't say that I didn't try to help you. We have to be careful, y'all, out here because there's so many different games, so many different people playing games. Good morning, Nicole, New Life. Dylan, God bless you. So many people are playing games. And a lot of people take that money and get drugs. I went one morning to American Deli because American Deli opened 24 hours in one part of the town here. And I went in and paid for 2 guys' food. Good morning, Tamara Denise McKee. And we have to use our discernment. And I tell y'all, it's very important because you'll be bamboozled and tricked. You'll be feeling sorry for somebody that's not sorry. And we have to be careful with that. But to make a long story short on that, I went in and bought some food from American Deli. This guy came out with the plate, went and sold the plate for about $5 or $6. I'm talking about it was about $16, $17 for the meal that I purchased. And he went and sold it for like $7, $8. It was like $17 and something for the meal. He went and sold for like $7 just to get him a quick hit. And I tell you, you have to use your discernment, because if you don't use your discernment, people will use you. They will use you up. So I ask again, am I capable of achieving greatness? Do we want to walk in greatness, or do we want to do different things? It's like every morning, there is some different something. We have to be mindful of these things so that we won't be bamboozled and tricked, because we got some great people out here. We got some real good people out here that are willing to help, that are willing to do this and willing to do that. That's why we're really researching as far as like the hurricane victims and different things like this, so that you won't sow into a scam. Because a lot of times we sow into scam and have done it in the past. So a lot of times we're real skeptical about things that we do here at MTCIM. It's not that we're acting funny. It's just that a lot of people are acting funny themselves, and they're doing things that make it bad for everybody else. So we have to be mindful of how God works and how God operates. Here in a couple of the Dollar Generals here, they have been stealing so much out of these Dollar Generals with the carts and different things like this. Now they got these big, tall, long poles on them where you can't carry the carts outside. I found that out yesterday when I went to get my auntie some waters. And here I am prancing, didn't even pay attention to this long, tall pole on this cart. And so I got 4 cases of water. I'm getting ready to head out the door, and all of a sudden this thing just boom. I'm like, whoa, what is this? What's going on? And I'm looking like, what? Where did y'all put these poles on here? And the lady went to laughing. They was laughing like, sir, you didn't see that pole? I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention to the pole. And they did that because people keep stealing the Dollar General carts. And one man was, and God is our witness, my witness. One man, when we was inside the laundromat, he was on top of a hill, getting inside of the Dollar General cart, and this man gonna roll down it. I'm talking, he rolling down towards traffic. Go out in front of traffic, all the cars hitting on brakes. He get out of the cart and they just push the cart across the road. People do the most. So we have to be mindful and use your discernment. Use your discernment, because a lot of times we sow into curses. We sow into poverty. We sow into things. We sow, not saying that you can't sow. All right? Not saying that you can't sow, but you got to use your wisdom. You have to use your wisdom. All right? We have to understand these different things, because we become partakers in their sin. You know, we become partakers in their sin. If somebody have a drug addiction and you're not trying to give them help and you're sowing money into them, money isn't going to help them get off those drugs. Money is going to help them keep buying what they need to get high. So we have to learn to discern. We got to learn to discern. And so I can tell you all stories behind stories of things that have happened on my everyday life, where people lie and say, oh, I'm hungry, or I need this, or I need that, I need this, I need that. There was this one lady, my wife and I was had been helping this lady for about 2 months. At that particular time, I was getting unemployment. I think I was. I took my unemployment money and I was sowing it to people's lives, and we never got nothing turned off. Never the water. Everything was good. I was sowing it to people. Like all of a sudden, I was just sowing it to this lady's life, and I just said, God, you got to show me the truth behind this, because something ain't right. I said, something just don't feel right. And the Lord pulled the covers off that thing. This lady was doing everything under the sun and then some. And we have to be really careful, y'all. We got to be really careful, y'all. We got to be really careful out here, because there are so many scammers. There are so many schemes. There are so many different things that are going on out here. If God has some good people in your life, some good people where you can be yourself around them, you can just do different things. Do that. Understand that. Be appreciative of that. Be appreciative of your wisdom, your knowledge, your prayer life, your faith life, your Bible reading life. Be appreciative of these things, because you have so many scammers out here. You have so many scammers out here. There are so many scammers. There are people that are in God clothing that will scam you so fast, that will trick you so fast. I have had people that have borrowed money from me and came back and paid me my money that they owe me as if I was letting them borrow something. People are fickle. People are funny. All right? Miss Tamara Denise McKee says, here at my job, I will buy someone a drink or food item if I can tell they need help or if they ask. We have to be mindful of that. Miss Martina Cole says we have a store here, shopping cart here only goes so far, and the wheels will lock. Wow, they probably do that here instead of putting those big old poles on those things. That thing there, I thought I was doing something wrong. I'm tearing up the door and everything. I'm trying to figure this thing out, but I thank God for it. We had to be mindful of these things. All right. So, am I capable of achieving greatness in your life now? Where do you sit? Where do you grow? How do you build? How do you understand? You have to be mindful of these things, because I have had people where you have sold money in their life. This one lady pulled up to the laundromat, just sitting in the car, and a friend of mine was just like, "What is she gonna get out the car? What's she gonna do? Whatever." Good morning, Alan. And we like, she gonna get out the car. What's she gonna do? She's just sitting in the car, rocking and everything like this here, scratching the neck, scratching the face, scratching the arm. And I told the other guy, because he's 78 years old, and I said, she probably be on some kind of drug or something like that. I said, something going on with her. I said, we got to be cautious, because there is so many different things going on. And the thing about life is, we have to know when to discern, because there are so many scammers out here. You have scammers in three-piece suits. All right, so we have to be mindful of this. And so I went out and I said, you know what? She said, sir, I need gas. I got to go pick my kids up this morning. I need gas. I said, I only have $25. I think I had 2 10s and a 5. And I said, all right. I said, I'll give you this. She said, and I don't do this, but I had to do this particular day. I had to do it, because when you are ungrateful, you can be anything in this world you want to be, but don't be ungrateful. Be anything in this world you want to be, whatever, but don't be ungrateful. So I give her 2 10s and a 5. She looks at me. A man well dressed like yourself, this all you got on you is $25? What kind of man just walk around and only have $25? And I'm like, whoa. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I know you got more than $25 on you. I'm trying to do something. I can't do nothing with this. What is this $25? What is this? Just ungrateful. But me, I'm fast on my feet. So I said, you know what? You're right. Let me get that back. I got something else for you. She gave it back to me. I'm finna say, I at least can get 50. Yeah. She said, sir, what you doing? I said, I'm about to get ready to go back in the inside. So you ain't gonna help me? You ain't gonna help me? I can't stand, that's why I can't stand man today. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You just went off on me. I'm trying to help you. You just went off on me. I have no more words. I have nothing else to say to you. I have nothing else to say to you, because people are ungrateful. So many people are ungrateful. So if I ever give you something and you start acting a fool, acting a fit, and I take it back, there is nothing coming back. Nothing but God bless you. You have a wonderful day. That's what's coming back. Because you can be whatever you want to be in this world, but don't be ungrateful. Be grateful for what you have. Am I capable of achieving greatness? A lot of times we share greatness with people that don't want greatness, period. There's a lot of people out here that are stuck in the system. They don't want what God has for them, because they're stuck in a system, and the system works for them. You have to understand that we are the light, and we are the light of the world. We're the salt of the world. So we have to carry ourselves a certain, glory to God of Zion. We have to carry ourselves a certain way. All right? We got to learn from this, and we got to grow from this, and we got to build from this. This is what we got to do. All right? Or otherwise, we'll go back and forth with people. All right? Ms. Alexander says, I feel like in my state that have taken the less fortunate people, taught them how to manipulate, because all of the service are not really serving them. They just passing them around, and then they lose respect for themselves and even everyone else. There is no place in the state for them to use the bathroom or shower or laundry. Then they expect them to get a job and act right. There's a lot of people Denise McKee says, even with God in my heart, sometimes you have to choose to walk away instead of continue to help others. And that's it. That's what happens. Ms. Alexander said, that's right. We need to be grateful just to get up today, breathe and speak, have activity of our limbs. We have to be mindful of these things. All right. Because one person, God said, by one disobedient man made many made sin. All right. So we have to be mindful of these different things, and we have to be understanding of these things so that we can understand how God works. Not only how God works, how he does different things, but we have to use our discernment. Let's go to the next point. God is a God that helps us to grow in this. All right. All right. So imagine the life you want. Have you ever sat down and imagined the life that you want? Have you ever just sat down? Good morning, Ms. Richards. Have you ever just sat down and just imagined the life that you want? All right. Have you ever just sat down and just imagined the life that you want and know that God is going to provide that life for you? Have you ever just imagined that? Imagine the car that you want and just sit back and just wait on God to manifest that thing, wait on it to come to pass. But what are you doing in the season of waiting? In your season of waiting well, what are you doing to secure that? What are you doing? Are you going touching the car? Are you going laying hands on the house? Are you going and believing God? What are you doing? Glory to God. I'm saying, help me, Lord. What are you doing in the process of that? How are you growing in this? Now, I'm out in the hedges and highways out here in the wilderness. There are so many scammers and schemers out here because I dress like this. So when I dress like this, the first thing people think is I'm just an average Joe. So, and I love when people think that. That makes me feel good because a lot of times when people think you're just an average Joe, they think that they can get over on you. They think that they can get over on you. So in this ministry, I want you all to be able to be holy, but I want you all to not be a fool. Don't be a holy fool. Don't be a holy fool. Don't be a holy fool out here. You got to use the wisdom, this wise dome. Use it so that you can grow from this. Everybody that asks for help don't want help. I'm going to tell you right now. Everybody that asks to be in a relationship don't want to be in a relationship. Most people just want relation. They don't want a relationship because a relationship comes with accountability and responsibility. That's what it comes with. So we have to learn how to grow in this. So when you imagine the life you want, imagine the car you want, imagine the cars you want, imagine the land you want, imagine the home you want, the blueprints. You imagine these things. You're increasing your faith. You're building these things because faith without work is dead. Like, how do I want a lifestyle, but I don't want to live my life according to what God has called me to do? We allow the little things of this world to consume us. A lot of us do. All right. So we have to be mindful of who God is and how God works. Look at Joseph in the Bible. Joseph dreamed dreams. He dreamed of things that God has showed him that he was going to do. When you share your dream with people, you're really going to open up a door. Sometimes it's not good to tell your children and family what you're doing or your personal life, what you're building, your brand you're building, because a lot of them begin to be jealous. A lot of them begin to be jealous. All right. A lot of them will start to be jealous. A lot of them would allow that jealousy to step in. They'll start doing crazy things. All right. So you have to be mindful of people. Good morning, Nicole. New like, Dylan. Just because a person, and this is what I had yesterday as I talked to my cousin, and I was telling them, I said, blood makes us related, but blood don't make us family. And he said, wow, say that again. I said, blood makes us related, but blood don't make us family. God said, who is my family? Those that keep my commandments. A lot of times we think that because you have the same bloodline that we're going to have the same vision. That's not the case all the time. Because my visions and those that know me on a personal level, my vision is so big. My dreams are so big. They huge, they mega, they kingdom. So I know that God has to be the center stone of it all. He has to be the head. He has to be the tail. He has to be everything in it because I cannot get to this place that I'm trying to get without God. The vision that I have, the things that I have, I cannot get to this place without God. It has to be God. It has to be the first and the last. It has to be the beginning and the end to help me. So we have to understand that jealousy is something that creeps in. All right? Because Isaiah says, tell the truth, especially if there is a co-op around you or can use what you have given by God to do, because they might have the money to do, and you still waiting on God. We have to be mindful of these things. We got to learn how to use what God has, because a lot of times, because a person can fund the dream, doesn't mean that they're part of the assignment. Just because a person is able to fund a dream doesn't mean that they're part of the assignment. Many people have agendas. Many people come into your life as a lesson. Most people come into your life as a blessing. Most people come into your life as a season. Most people come into your life for a reason. You can be with somebody and they can text you all the time. They can call you all the time. They can see how you're doing all the time. Then all of a sudden they start getting distant. A lot of people start getting distant because they start talking about you. They start lying on your name. They start scamming you and they don't work. And you catch on to it, so they begin to just depart themselves from you. You have to be careful, because you could be around people that are there when you have something and don't want to have nothing to do with you when you don't have anything. Good morning, Miss Long. God bless you. This is why I tell you, no mess, no scratch, just bless. You don't have to go back and forth with people. Now, the man that I went back and forth with this morning, I don't usually go that back and forth that long with people. My wife will tell you, whoever know me for real, no, I'm not going back and forth with you. Once I see that red flag, that's it. I'm going the other way. I'm not the hardhead type that when I see a red flag, I'm going to keep on trying to do this and then end up getting hurt. No, that's not me. So I learned how to discern, and when I discern, I learned how to walk in that. Just because a person is educated or have more education than you or more experience than you doesn't mean that they know. Doesn't mean that they know. We got to learn this. We got to learn this, and we got to grow in this. We got to help in this. The Bible says in John 8:32 that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Make yourself free from some stuff and stop going back and forth. There are many people that are dying. There are many people that are lying. There are many people that are trying. We have to learn to grow in this. Good morning, Miss Coleman. God bless you. Thank you for joining in. We have to learn to understand no mess, no scratch, just bless. I'm not going back and forth with you. You wake up happy, stay happy. You can't make everybody happy. I can't make everybody happy. I don't come on here to make you happy. I come on here to tell you what thus said the Lord and then leave it alone. Allow God to work in you. Allow God to work in you. Use your wisdom. Stop trying to please everybody. When you stop trying to please everybody, you will find out that you can, that vacation that you needed is on the other side of you trying to please everybody. You cannot please everybody. If you was a trillionaire today and you just hand out money until you became broke, does that make you a good person? Does that make you a good person? God bless you, Renee Davis. God bless you. Thank you for joining in. Does that make you a good person? Because you help everybody, does that make you a good person? God bless you, Patricia K, for the support of the stars. Does that make you a good person because you take your car and you go around and carry people around all day long, burning out all your gas, and they don't offer you no gas money, and you say, oh, God's going to bless you? Let's think about it for a while. If you carry people around and they have money to buy drugs, they have money to buy something to eat, they have money to buy clothing, they have money to buy all these different things, but when it comes to you, them putting gas in your car, they don't have no money. Does that make you an even better Christian? Does that make you more holy? What does it make you? When you imagine the life you want and you begin to tell it to people, you have to be careful not to tell it to small-minded people. You have to be careful telling it to small-minded people, because a small-minded person that don't want it, the first thing they're gonna say is, "Oh, you can't afford that. You can't do that. You know how many loans you're gonna have to get. You know how much debt you're gonna get in. You know how much debt you're gonna get in." All right, that's right, Alan. Don't cast your pearl before swine, because they will turn and rid you. They will do it all the time. I've seen it done too many times. The Lord spoke to me over a woman's life. And all the time when I was speaking over the things that was going on around, nothing was happening. But the first time God gave me a word for her, then she said, oh, my heart ain't right. When the Holy Spirit speaks directly to you, now the heart ain't right. No, you was never right. You was never for the mission. You was just in position, but you wasn't in position for the mission. So we have to learn and grow from these different things. All right? Stop begging folks to do things. Stop begging people to do things. All right? We gotta understand this. Everybody will not be a part of what God is about to do for you. Most people are only made to meet. Can we understand that? Can we get that in our mind, in our brain? Most people are only made to meet. Most people are only made to greet. Most people are not made to be in your circle, in your life, because they don't know how to appreciate you. You can forgive them over and over and over and over and over and over again. Forgive them over and over and over and over again. And as much as you forgive them, the more they hurt you. You can't say that that's a part of your assignment. Every time I forgive you, you do something else to hurt me. You saying that you love me, but you're doing things to destroy me. My God, from Zion. People know how to pretend real well. When you give from your heart, you don't get into a competition. Where is the competition coming from? If we're on the same page, where is the competition coming from? When did we get into a competition? If you're going to do it, do it. If you're going to do it for them, do it. You ain't got to broadcast it. You ain't got to tell everybody that you're doing. You ain't got to get on Facebook and go live and say, well, I'm going to go help 100 homeless people. Just go help them. You ain't got to record it. You ain't got to pre-record it. Just go do it. Well, I'm going to bless somebody with this. Go do it. There is no competition. Why are you in a competition? We ain't in no competition. If you're going to do it for them, go do it for them. Don't sit and say, oh, I was going to do it for them, but then I seen you doing it, so I ain't going to do it. No, you was never doing it from the heart. You doing it just to get recognition. You doing it for self-glorification. You're not doing it because you got a good heart. You're not doing it because you have a good heart. You're doing it because it's a competition. Anytime you do something, then you say, well, I don't have no money. But then when a certain set of people acting something, then you automatically have that money, then you're in a competition. We're in a competition. I didn't know that we was in a competition. We got to get out of that. If you're doing it from the heart, do it. But don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. You can't tell me that you in God and faith is something. Faith is a substance thing hoped for, the evidence thing not seen. If you have faith, there is no limit to no finance. There is no limit to what can happen because you have faith. So you can't say that I'm on a fixed income. You can't say all these little coins that I have is accounted for. When you have faith, you have God. When you have God, you have faith. Faith in God. Faith without works is dead. Ms. Tamara Denise McKee says, I was always told if you do something for others and it's truly from your heart or for the right reason, you'll never expect nothing in return. Back in the day, all right? Back in the day when Miss Jean or Miss Bernice or Mr. Jones or Mr. Felder or anybody needs something, they need some flour. Nobody knew about it. Nobody knew that he needed to borrow flour. Nobody knew that he needed to borrow a bag of apples. Nobody knew that he needed to borrow $20 or $40. Nobody knew that because it was done from the heart. I watched my grandmother. My grandmother was a giver. My granddad was givers. My dad was a giver. My mother was givers. I come from a family of givers. But they didn't, oh, I did this for you. That's why you, no. You got to get out of this mindset. Where is this mindset coming from? Where you're in a competition. We in the same circle and you're in a competition. Why? We can never get to where we need to be if I got to sit right here and compete with you. We got to go back and forth. We ain't going to learn nothing. All right? Evangelist Tammy says, I know someone who brags about helping someone and then she steals from Goodwill and gets high. She thinks if she helps someone, it makes up for the wrongdoings. No, that doesn't make up for it. That doesn't make up for it. All right? Miss Patricia, God Has My Back Cage says, it will come back to you doing it from the heart regardless. God blesses a cheerful giver. Listen, God already knows our heart's motive. He knows our heart's motive. All right? So you got to be careful. Like a lot of times we say, Jesus, take the wheel. Do you really want Jesus to take that wheel? Do you really want Jesus to come in and direct your life, what you're doing right now? Do you really want God to come in and pull the covers off you? Do you really want God to come in and pull the covers off you? Do you really want God to do that? Do you really want God to come in and show who you are? Do you really want? Do you think about this thing? Because we always say, Jesus, take the wheel. Well, God is going to get you off on this exit because you headed to the wrong place. Now you're trying to pull. No, Lord, I gotta go this way. I got some people that I gotta show that I'm able to do. No, God is tugging you to go to the right. You're trying to go to the left. He's trying to go to the right. You got to go to the right and don't fight. You going to the left is making you have bad health. Straight is the way. We asking God to take the wheel, and now we're trying to tell God what the GPS is saying. We're asking God to take the wheel, and when God starts taking off, Lord, you got to type this in the GPS. God don't need GPS. God don't need Siri. God don't need Alexa. He don't. How do we ask God to drive for us, but then when he begins to drive, we try to tell him how to drive? Does it show anywhere in the Bible where God had minister license, but he ministered? It said that he was ordained, that he was anointed and appointed. Does it say anywhere in the Bible where God said he's not going to do what he need to do because you need to do what you need to do? Let's go to the next point. Glory to God of Zion. Are you confident and complete in who you are? Do you know who you are? Do you really know who you are? Do you really hear from God? Are you really praying to God? Are you really doing what God is calling you to do? Are these lessons from this Holy Spirit really helping you? Is it really making you a better man, a better woman, a better dad, a better grandparent? What is it doing for you? Are you confident and complete in who you are or whose you are? Alan says having pure motives are important in determining how the Lord blesses us. We have to learn how to grow in this. When we learn how to grow, we learn how to know. When we learn how to know, we learn how to grow. Stop begging folks to help you. Stop begging folks to be a part of what you're doing. Stop it. God is going to send a certain level of people to your life. These level of people in your life are going to be happy for you when you bless. They're going to be happy for you when you're down. They're going to be happy for you every part of your life. They're going to be there to enter into your experience, not have an experience. Ms. Alexander said, yes, I hear and see, but I sometimes keep that to me. I definitely have learned a lot here and appreciate you all. We have to learn this. If we talk all the time, how can we hear? can we hear? Think about that for a minute. If we're always talking, how can we hear? Let them that have ear, let them hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. Help me, Lord. Glory to God of Zion. How do we hear if we're always talking? How? How do we hear? What was the reason that you stopped texting? You stopped calling that best friend or that person that's supposed to be in your circle? What was the reason? What was the purpose of you stop doing what you're doing? What happened that caused you to not be you? When you one time, and that's all the time. Nobody should be able to change the good in you. But we have to unlearn some stuff so that we can relearn. A lot of times we're not what we need to be because we're not willing to unlearn some stuff. You got to unlearn it and relearn it. You got to learn this. My granddad used to talk like this. He said, son, he said, come here and let me learn you something. Come here and let me learn you something. When he said, come here and let me learn you something, he said, know all you tell, but don't tell all you know. Know all you tell, but don't tell all you know. Stop telling everybody everything. Keep something to yourself. The worst thing that we can do as parents is tell our kids our dark, deep secret, and they get up and allow the devil to use them and they come against you. You can't tell everything. You can't tell your every move because jealousy will creep in. And now you'll have them jealous of you. You can't tell them everything. You can't do everything around you. You cannot do it. You got to say something for yourself. But are you confident and complete in who you are? In who you are. What are some new things that God done for you? We know about the old things that God done. He said, remember not the former thing, neither consider the things of old. He said, behold, I will do a new thing. That's right. Tamara Denise McKee, not everyone in this world will be happy for you. Everybody ain't going to be happy for you. You can post that you got a new house. You think people happy, they're going to say congratulations. Just because they say congratulations doesn't mean that they congratulate you. A lot of people don't want to see you grow because they're so used to the old you. Nicole New Life Dealer says, yes, sometimes I tell my adult children I don't need to know all their gory detail. We have to learn this. We have to understand these different things. And we have to learn in this season that we're in. We got to learn this season at the end. They have your number too. You ain't got to be the one to always call. You have people in your life right now that will not call you until they need something. Otherwise, they're going to pass you by every day, ain't going to say nothing to you, none of these things. We have to learn how to grow. Elevation is learning when to elevate and learning when to separate. Stop selling your soul for the world's gold. God has more for you. He has more purpose for you. But will we do what God is calling us to do? Will we do what God is calling us to do? That's right. Everybody doesn't have that best interest at heart for you. So I learned how to operate in what God is calling me to do. I don't always have to talk to you to walk with you. I don't always have to walk with you to talk with you. But I learned how to grow in this. I learned how to be confident in who I am. I learned how to grow in who I am. I learned how to understand that this is a test. This is why I'm blessed. I learned this. But I also learned that a lot of people that are in your life are in your life for a reason, in a season, in a lesson, in a blessing. We have to let people know that their season is up with us. All right? Tamara Denise McKee says, stop reaching out to those and see who actually cares to reach out to you. This is what it is. This is what it is. I have an auntie. I have two aunties. I have a lot of other aunties. But I have two aunties. My anointed auntie, Juanita Freshwater, and my anointed auntie, Gloria. All right? With these two aunties, my two aunties, they're going to make sure that they reach out to their nephew every day. Every day. Every day. It's in their heart. It's in their hearts. But then I have those aunties that will send things for you to come to. They'll see you right at the store and act like they don't know who you are. Look out, auntie. They looking at you like, who is that again? Who are you? Oh, it's like that, auntie. All right, then. You have to be mindful of who you are and whose you are. As Alexander said, I have learned a lot. I have grown in the spirit. I have been given new spiritual family by God. I have been seeing more elevation, more revelations and words. And when I'm here in the space, I know it's safe and sound. Ms. Tamara Denise McKee says, not everybody that blood is family. I tell you all, blood makes you related, but it doesn't make you family. Blood makes you related, but it doesn't make you family. Listen, y'all, gotta get ready to get out of here. We're gonna have to finish this thing up on Favorite Field Friday. This is Tat Turnaround Thursday. I love each and every one of y'all. Good morning, Ms. Brown. I love each and every one of y'all. I gotta get ready to get out of here. Remember, if you need prayer, place your name and states in the comment section. We're gonna be praying for you. Remember that when I say I'm praying for you, I am P-R-A-Y-I-N-G, not P-R-E-Y-I-N-G. There's a difference in the prayers. There's a difference in the prayers. One is praying on you and one is praying for you. Listen, don't forget about our God Righteousness Tour. It's going to be all the way live in 2025 in Summerville, South Carolina. God Righteousness Tour. God is faithful. The God Righteousness Tour started in 2019 with Chief Apostle Samuel Turi in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Prophetess Victoria Turi. And then life hit me and it went away for a while, but we're back. We're back more than ever. So if you need any help, contact Tammy or Miss Alexander. They're going to give you what you need, the information, the things you need, so that they can be a success for you. All right? So we have to be mindful of these things. I want you all to have a wonderful day, a great day, a powerful day, a wisdom-filled day, a knowledge-filled day. There's a lot of you that's on now. There's some things that's going to happen to you today. Write it down. Take notes of what's happening and tell me about it on Favorite Field Friday. God bless y'all. I love y'all so very much. Continue to pray for me as I pray for you all. Again, if you all desire prayer, place your name and states in the comment section. We'll be praying for you. God is love. God is peace. God is understanding. Until next time, God bless y'all. Love y'all.